Last home game of the year here tomorrow night against Florida State. Sure hope we get a nice crowd out there. I know it's a late one, but obviously the last chance for a couple of these guys, especially a guy like Gabe who's done a lot for our program, to be playing in Littlejohn. Certainly playing a talented team in Florida State who got us the last time. Great size, length, athleticism. Really come after you aggressively on defense, and you got to rebound and fire out of the ball when you play them. So, hopefully we'll have a good practice again today. I thought we did yesterday, and be ready to kind of finish things out with a nice home slate. So, questions?
Coach, you never trailed in regulation. That game in Tallahassee, season high 21 turnovers. Do you expect to see a good dose of press from them?
Yeah, they're pressure. They pressure pretty much most games, and they get after you both at the half and full court. It's a difficult team to run your normal offense again because they don't allow you to make as many passes as a lot of the other teams do. So you got to make some adjustments that way. I thought by and large our guys did a lot of great things in the game. That was one of the games I think I mentioned at one time where we got 7 or 8 game goals, but we didn't win the game. And I don't know that I've coached a game where that's happened. But obviously the turnovers were a problem. We had live ball turnovers, which is the worst because they went and dunked it about 4 or 5 times, and certainly that was what sparked their comeback, and we just weren't able to finish the game.
Do you concern yourself with all these tie-breaking scenarios and
not
who
really
can finish where?
No, I don't really worry a lot about it. Just try to win games and see where we fall. I'm not one of these coaches that's got his head in the sand though all the time and says he doesn't ever watch any other games. I certainly keep an eye on. I don't watch games at home at night start to finish, but I peek at games certainly. But I'm not, really concerned whether it's 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th, or whatever, 8th, or whatever we end up. Certainly, I want to win as many as we can to put us in the best position for ACC and NCAA tournament. And obviously, our guys have a chance to break a school record with 11 wins, so I think that would be a nice touch for this group.
Kind of piggybacking off the tie-breaking scenarios, though, it seems like, Virginia is set, but seeds like 2 through 11 are still up for grabs. So what does that say about the parity in the ACC this season?
Yeah, Virginia's separated themselves, but I think it's almost every year it's this way where there's so many good teams that it's hard to separate yourself. That's why what Virginia did is so good, that it's, you're going to go through this league and have losses because the challenge to win on the road and even protect your home court is great. I know we're at 9, 10, maybe even 11 teams are being talked about in our league of making the tournament again. It's extremely competitive. We have great coaching with unbelievable talent and good home environments. So it's hard to be successful. 9-9 in this league is really good. It's just very difficult to be successful, highly successful in this league. The parity is so much different. I don't know if it's that way. Like, I would be interested to know, is it that way in all the other sports in the ACC, or is it more basketball? I don't follow enough of the other sports closely enough to know, is it that way in some of the other ones? I'm sure it is a little bit, but in ours, it's just remarkable how there's this many teams this good all the time, and it makes for great basketball. And one of the best things for us is there aren't that many teams in the country right now that are in the last week of their season and know they're in the NCAA tournament, and we're really one of those. So for us to not be sweating bullets here the last 2 weeks of the season, I'm extremely proud of our team. I can't tell you how proud I am of our group for what we've been able to accomplish this year with what we've had to deal with injuries and setbacks on some things. That's our guys have done unbelievably well.
You said Saturday you felt like you guys looked tired. Have you tried to lighten the load at all last couple of days?
A little bit. We're going to practice pretty good today. We did a little bit lighter yesterday, especially with a couple guys. And so we'll see. I think we'll be fine. I think our guys, it's going to be interesting, the 9 o'clock game, to just, maybe in some ways it'll be good for us. I'm hoping that it's going to be good for our team, because guys will have a full day of class, and then they'll have a couple hours to almost catch their breath. Sometimes school day home games are challenging for the home team, depending on guys' class schedules. You never really know what other guys are going through, but when you're on the road, you can dictate. Your guys have afternoon to take a nap, relax. You can do stuff in the morning, watch film, prepare, go get your shoot around in. And on school days, a lot of times your guys they got a lot going on, and so I'm hopeful that maybe the 9 o'clock start will be good for our team, from the standpoint of our guys get a couple hours in the afternoon to kind of catch their breath from the day, and then recharge and get ready to go at 9 o'clock for the game.
Brett, is it hard to keep your finger on the pulse or know who's tired, who's not, until it actually you see real time?
Sometimes I think there are just certain guys that their body types don't lend themselves to being able to play all day, all the time, and then other guys, it wears on them a little bit. Some guys can go all day and really don't ever show that much ill effect. But I think you kind of get to know your guys as best you can, and you hope that they have some dialogue with you. You talk to them about it. If there's something, you need to lessen their reps, you do that. Mentally, you need them sharp, though. They need to be sharp mentally, so they're not making mistakes. And I think, we had some mistakes mentally in the game against Georgia Tech as well. It wasn't just all physical. There were some mental mistakes that we made that a couple guys was uncharacteristic. And so that's when you start wondering, about just the drain and the stress, and the pressure of it all. I think there are times that we don't take into consideration that these are young people with a lot going on, and there are times when they're a little tired and stressed and mentally worn out as much as physically, just managing their reps.
Marquise looked like he maybe hurt his finger or something late. And then are you seeing Shelton Mitchell get a little bit better every day?
Yeah, I thought Shelton looked like he had a little more zip to him, just because he probably was off for about a week. I thought he was good. I think he's doing fine. He should be really ready to roll and in good shape, having played, and then had a couple more days. I think Marquise is fine too with his hand. He practiced some yesterday and didn't seem to have too much ill effect. I think he got some treatment afterwards, but I think he's okay.
Any more questions?